I wanted to take a couple of moments to talk to you about where we go from here now that we have finished the live interview exercise, which was a major component of this course. We have one more little task in the realm of interviews, and that is the follow-up email. This is different from the thank you letter, and I separated them over time just to make it clear that those are two different things. The follow-up email, which I've given you a separate video on, is used only when you are rejected or when you haven't heard from the company and you assume that you've been rejected. So this is how to adjust your plan if your plan A to get hired didn't come through for you. Then the other thing we need to do is finish up with our exam. Exam number 3 covers chapters 7, 8, and 10. You may remember that we did chapter 9 early in the semester because it had to do with how teams work well together. And I wanted you to have that information as you launched your groups. Once we finish those two pieces, which will be due the Wednesday that we come back from break, then everything will be focused on our final presentation. This will include the business plan, and you also will do some kind of brochure or fact sheet that you would be giving to the people that you would sell your product to. And I'll give you more details about that later on. There is an audio-visual component. I'm working with the technology people to see if there's a way that you can use slides and present over a video link. I believe there is, but it seems to get stuck. Once you put the slides up, you can't toggle back to yourself. So I'm trying to work through that because I think that using slides will be a lot easier for you. So what you'll provide the investment team is your business plan and then an oral presentation by all members of your group on your product. And you can use your informational video. If we were doing it live in the classroom, you would just play your video. Instead, I may have to send it to the two gentlemen who are helping me with this exercise, but we'll work out those details. And thank goodness I have spring break to work through all the technical sides of this. Meanwhile, I just want you to know that we'll be skipping around a little bit. I'm going to take portions of chapters 11, 12, and 13. Chapter 12 focuses on AV materials and verbal supports, which I think will be helpful to you in the presentation. And chapter 11 has a little piece on types of presentations. Chapter 13 focuses on persuasive presentations, which is obviously what you're going to be doing here. I have some materials of my own on how to pitch to an investor that I think you will find very, very helpful. I'm also going to help you with the business plan. We'll work through some issues like how do you figure out how much to pay the employees that you have, because you have to figure that into your budget. How do you do a financial plan? How do you do an operational plan? How do you decide how you're going to advertise, what your advertising campaign looks like? So I'll be helping you with all of those. We will not have an exam on the remaining chapters. So after exam number 3, there won't be another exam. Everything that we do will be focused on that final presentation and the business plan. I will do my very best to help you be very successful and to impress my fellow members of the investment firm we call ourselves Benchmark Associates. So I hope this is helpful in just kind of setting your brain in terms of what to expect, and have a wonderful break.